What's up, guys? Welcome to Run It Back. I'm your host, Blair Bomber, and I'm trying to keep my emotions at bay right now because, believe it or not, I've recorded 8 of these intros. I am incapable of getting through an entire one without stumbling, hating it, messing it up, or once again stumbling, cluttering, stuttering, all the good stuff that you don't want to be a part of your speech pattern. And I do that at a very low level. So I'm going to get right into it. This episode, we are talking about the crime thriller. Because this is Thriller night. And body for your life. You've got to get out. See, now, if I hadn't done 8 of these already, I would have thrown that out. But you guys get the thriller cutaway. We're talking about the movie Gone Baby Gone. It is a dark, thrilling, classic crime. It's just heavy, man. It is heavy. Much like my friend who's on the podcast today. The one and only, the famous, the one and only comedian, with not the one and only name of his, because it's a name that most people have probably had throughout time, when their parents lack creativity and they just want to name it after like a great uncle who, saved a dog from a swamp. Tim Smith. God, he's going to love that intro. Tim Smith, comedian out here in Chicago. He's from Louisiana, which means he's a garbage person all of the time. He's a funny guy. He picked this movie out. He loves it, which is weird because it's not a movie I ever want to see, more than maybe once every 5 years. Like when I feel like I'm really, doing something right in the world and I want to lower my perception on reality, I'll watch this movie and feel as though humans are the worst people in the world. If that's not the best intro to a podcast, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is or isn't. But I do know what this is. This is a great episode. So please listen to more than 10 minutes of it. I promise you it's really good. I hope I didn't lose you guys in this intro because I just listen, okay? Listen, I'm going to start it right now. Okay, I'm done. I'm starting it right now. Right now in 3, 2, 1, right now. Dude, I had not seen it. But I had heard of it, though. It's one of those movies where, like, when you listen to,
It's like one of those, like, Bastin, like, where they make I Saw You Had the Town up there. It's, like, in the same vein as the feel to those movies.
What was weird to me was The Town's one of my favorite movies. And it's Ben Affleck, stars in it and directs it. Mm-hmm. And then you see in Gone Baby Gone, it's almost... There's so much. The same actors are in both movies.
Yeah.
Like his
Ben Affleck directed Gone.
Yeah, that was his first movie he ever directed.
Yeah,
and so that was cool. But dude, I wasn't ready for this movie.
It's intense.
I wasn't ready for it in any sense of the word. Was I ready for it? Because I was just like, I think I was hanging out on like a Monday morning.
Yeah,
or like noon. That's morning for me.
Sure.
And I'm putting this movie on, and like it's sunny outside. And then this movie is just taking me. I have to black the blinds out about 20 minutes in.
It's fucking dark. When you texted me, when you're like, "Oh Jesus Christ, dude!" Like I forgot about that scene where they go into the house and find the little what's his name. I was like, "Oh yeah, that is like insanely dark." I forgot to like warn him about that one.
And then there was these twists and these turns, and it was like.
Well, in the middle, you thought it was over.
I thought it was done.
Yeah.
I was like, it was over now. Okay, we probably have 10 minutes left. We'll wrap it up. And then it's like, oh, we have another 45 minutes left?
Yeah, it starts a whole new story, which I liked a lot. I thought that was cool.
Why is it... So this is a weird movie for someone just to say it's one of their movies. Like, it's usually because I think a lot of times people say movies that they like a lot, movies they love, or movies they watch over and over again.
I've seen this like 10 times.
Right, but like it's just a lot about how much of a fucking crazy person you are to want to watch this movie.
That's not true.
On a loop? Do people pick like A Knight's Tale or like one of the Star Wars prequels, and they're like, I can just put it on. It's easy.
It's just one of those easy watching movies.
This one is a bummer.
It's not a bummer.
It is a bummer.
Why?
Okay.
What bummed you out, other than the obvious?
Well, okay, so First of all, it took me a second because I watched the movie and then I wanted to make sure I was right on the story, so I had to go back and then Wikipedia and then like transcribe the plot of everything.
Okay.
Because it was so basically what happens is the girl goes missing, right?
Correct.
And then you find out that like the police chief Morgan Freeman, right? Mm-hmm. And then the cop that's
Detective Broussard.
Yeah, Ed Harris, right?
Yeah.
So they pretty much plotted to take this girl away from her home so then Morgan Freeman could have a kid, correct?
Correct.
And that is essentially, and then it's all these steps they take to cover that.
Yeah, that's like the umbrella.
Is like
and
that.
There's little.
And because and then they set up like, okay, she's dead, so they fake the death of this chick. It's all this misdirection, and it's.
Well, it got fucked up when they went when the aunt, remember, she went to Casey Affleck and the girl and got them to start investigating. So that's what like fucked up the whole plan.
Right.
And then they had to start, taking different little left turns, and that's why they had to fake her death and throw the shit off the quarry and do all that fun stuff.
The quarry part fucked me up because I felt like they just because they throw the shit into the water and they make it seem like it's the girl and they assume the girl's dead, but then they don't find the girl's body. They just find like her clothes and shit, and they just assume the girl just never came out of the water.
Yeah, I think
they didn't find a body. They just like wrote it off. Oh, she's probably dead. And like
probably got eaten by something.
Yeah, because they were really. If
that was me, I'd be like, no, the kid's got to be in there fucking somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So then they kind of just glossed. It was this. I was probably the only real plot hole that I was like, why are we letting this part go?
Body would like definitely.
We need a body. Don't tell me.
But I think then they mentioned something about like shit goes missing in there all the time, or there's some current that could wash her out into the God knows where or something like that.
Yeah, but then they find her clothes. Oh yeah, her clothes are stripped off on the 40-foot drop. Like,
no, they found her. They found her
teddy bear.
Her teddy bear.
Okay.
Or her little doll.
I guess I just had it.
That fucked me up at the end about her doll though, because the mom had the name wrong the whole time.
Right.
And it was just like, God damn it, what a bag of shit.
Well, what really sucked is, so Casey Affleck is going through this struggle the entire time of him just being super fucked up about the whole thing. He wants to find this girl, can't find the girl. He thinks the girl's, but now he's all these steps, and he was like kind of close to finding her. He thought the entire time, and then it doesn't. And then they have that lead of he does that deal with the drug deal with his informant, right?
Yeah.
Which one of the best scenes.
Yeah.
One of the best. That might have been the best scene of the entire
He's like
movie.
one of the best characters.
He's awesome. He's like, I don't give a come on, dog. We don't give a fuck. Let's go fucking run around.
He's funny. I like him. I thought all the characters kicked ass. The only ones that didn't really do it for me were Cheese and his little sidekick.
Yeah.
I thought they were, for what they were built up to be, I was like, oh, these guys kind of look like pussies.
Right. They were kind of. Yeah, so his buddy, the guy who's an informant, who's like kind of he's like running the drugs in this town essentially, right? He's running coke and stuff, and that's why he's kind of balling. But it's like Casey Affleck is his boy, and they're cool. What I didn't understand was why did he have to bring Casey Affleck with him to that thing? Just as he just wanted backup for that little.
Yeah, I guess
he's dealing with
just
tweakers though. Like I guess you would need something for tweakers, but at the same time.
And maybe just. Have him put his own eyeballs on him. Like, are these the people you're looking for?
Yeah, I wonder if that was what it is. Like, he almost didn't want. I thought about this.
Or to like go in and like get a look around.
It's like his buddy knew that there was some shady shit going on in that house, but he didn't want a full on rat. He didn't want to be. This is a whole like I'm not a rat. I'm just gonna like I might
open the door for you.
I'll put you in the right direction a little bit.
Yeah.
And they go there. And I love just him the way he's just talking shit to these fucking tweakers.
Yeah,
he just throws his coke on the ground. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like
around their house.
What a power move just to open up the blow and just dump it on the ground. It's like, get it.
If you pull a gun on me, bitch, you better use it. It's like, fucking love this guy.
Whenever I think of that guy, I think of his one line he had in the town. He's like, I can take a pinch.
Oh, he was in the town too?
Yeah, he was one of the three guys. He was the driver.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the town.
You gotta watch it because I watched the town probably a week before I saw God Baby Gone.
Okay.
And just the style and the characters are so similar.
Is he the same guy? Pretty much.
He's the same guy.
Yeah.
But the other dude, so the dad of the girl that goes missing, right? The sober guy. He is in the town as What the fuck is that sound? Do you hear that?
I think it's out there.
I fucking hate this. There's a guy that every single morning, he gets a leaf blower, whether there's leaves on the ground or not, and he blows the sidewalk for 45 minutes.
Your sidewalk?
On the other side of the street from us.
Oh, well, fuck. I thought it was your side. I was like, hey, buddy, he's doing you a favor.
Every day.
Is it his job?
I think he's an older guy. I think he owns a building across the street, or he runs these like the manager over there, and he just blows the leaves. There's no leaves half the time.
Hey man, he's just trying to stay busy.
He's trying to wake me up. No, he's trying to actually. He's blurry sleep over there, 3B. But that guy is in the town, and he plays this like FBI agent, and he's like the total like.
Does he have the giant mustache?
He's got the mustache, yeah. But and he's like a clean cut dude in the town, but it's just funny to see him do both things.
That switcheroo, yeah. But I mean, I guess he was like a relatively clean cut guy, and he was just like blue collar, hard working guy. But he was supposed to be like a shooting straight.
What I didn't understand, and maybe you could fill me with this, why is Ed Harris doing anything he does in this movie? What is his justification for what he does?
He loves kids.
No, he doesn't.
He says that at the end, right before he dies. I love kids. I've never hurt a kid.
Right, but why did he throw himself in with Morgan Freeman? Why is he helping this set up? Why is he in the investigation?
I think they were just like lifelong friends. Because remember, they talked about how Morgan Freeman brought him up from Louisiana like 25 years ago, and they were just like lifelong buddies. And then he has that story. Remember when he gets drunk? After Casey Affleck shot that dude, and he had the story about how he set up the kid's dad because he was just a shitty, a shitty drug dealer to the kids. So he's like, "Fuck him, I sent him for a ride." I think he was just to love some kids, wanted to help him out where he could.
But I think he just took it so far, because then there was the end scene where he goes in to rob the bar, and I guess it was set up that he was gonna just shoot Casey Affleck and say it was a part of a robbery.
I think he was just trying to get there to stop the whatever was happening between Mustache and Casey Affleck, and then he ended up getting toasted.
He gets plugged by the bartender's got to have a gun. This guy's a cop. He should know that for sure.
Yeah, like
you're gonna get popped
in like a shitty bar in a shitty part of Boston.
Whenever they go deep into these Boston roots and the respect part of what this town is, I fucking love it. Because when Casey Affleck goes into the first bar, he's asking questions to the one guy, and other dude rolls over to him.
That one still gives me like the heebie-jeebies.
And he says some shit to his girl, and he just fucking pistol whips the shit out of him.
Yeah, and they like lock the door, and people are just sitting there like, well, fuck, this dude's just gonna get the shit beat out of him, I guess, and nobody cares at all. Make me a drink, Fat Dave. What is going on?
You fat fuck.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you.
I thought Casey Affleck was awesome in it too.
It's a weird thing because you don't really think of him as like, oh, this guy is this incredible actor.
He really is. Have you seen Manchester by the Sea?
I haven't, but I've read I read like the play.
Oh, okay.
Because like it's Kenneth Lonergan is the guy who wrote that, and I did like some monologues for an acting class, and he wrote like all these different monologues from these different things that he wrote.
I gotcha.
And he's a really talented writer. So when I saw that movie came out, I like read like part of the screenplay.
It's really good.
It's really good, but Casey, it's funny because I was watching. I came home last night like 3 a.m. after work, and Greg was awake watching Good Will Hunting.
Another good one.
And then you see Casey Affleck, and he's just in it. And it's
my fucking double burger.
He's upstairs. He's jerking off in Ben Affleck's mom's room. Comes downstairs with a baseball mitt. He's like, with my fucking kid glove? What are you doing with my kid glove? He's like, I didn't use it. It wasn't fucking the glove. I was using it for cleanup. But what I don't know. I go back and forth on all these movies because I just.
So what did you find depressing about the movie, other than like the
depressing
scene where
part
he goes in and finds?
I think it's just the struggle that Casey Affleck has the entire time. If he kind of doesn't want to help originally, but then like the parents just push him. Like the mom and the dad just basically the struggle that he has internally is the movie to me. The Casey Affleck struggle because he doesn't really want to help, but then the wife is so like, you gotta help me find my kid, and then he goes to, okay, I'll help, and then he goes to see the mom. Well, it's the grandmother and the mustache guy. They're the one that reach out to Casey Affleck first, and then he talks to the mother, and the mother's a piece of shit, drunk, drug bitch, and he's just like, fucking, you don't even care that your kid's gone.
Yeah.
And then he's just going through doing all this work to try and find out, and then he gets set up, and then he's just in a fog because he thinks the girl died. He didn't do his job. He thought he was close. He thought he was this close, and then he ended up missing. And then you see him going through. There's like that kind of that passive time, and then he goes with his buddy to the drug deal, finds the one dude who was killing kids in his bathroom and fucking them and filming and all that dark shit.
Yeah.
And he plugs that guy, and then he's not even happy with himself, even when he talks to, I don't know, dude. If that's me, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You could just say, oh, I'd be fine. But then at the end of it, and then even when Ed Harris, I think I'm more in Ed Harris's camp of like, you fucking put that dude down.
Yeah.
As opposed to, but then Casey Affleck was.
I would. And of course, none of us can ever know what the fuck we would do. But I think I would shoot the guy, but then I think I would feel a lot of remorse right after.
I think you would. I think there's no way you don't feel the remorse. But then there's this big switch with Casey Affleck after that moment, because I think he considers, like, he's a tough guy. He's a Boston guy. He has a code, and then it's like that's the ultimate example of like how imprinted is this code that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, you got it, because on paper you kill that guy every time.
Sure.
But then it's like
at the funeral, the random guy comes up and he's like, hey, great fucking job clipping Corin Earl or whatever his name was. You know what I mean? They're all just like, yeah, you shot him in the face. That's great.
Yeah, you have
well
to.
done. Yeah.
And Ed Harris is like, I feel nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do it, and I'm like, I feel good. He like gets off, he pounds his shit like, fuck, get off of that shit.
Yeah.
I'll murder motherfucker. I don't care.
Yeah. I would like to think I would be able to just brush it off, but I know I'd be in my bed the next day like, no, I shouldn't have done that. I do that with small decisions all the time.
You go home,
Yeah.
you fuck people, and all of a sudden you're cheating on your girlfriend, you're doing drugs.
I do that like after ordering Uber Eats, you know what I mean? I'm like, I shouldn't have spent $16 on chicken wings. I know I would do that if I shot a dude in the face.
I bought 4 donuts, gave one to Greg, I have one for you if you want it, but I had 2 of them to myself. And I was like, why did I need 2?
Who am I? Yeah.
Yeah, why did I get 2?
Yeah.
I got 2. I needed 1. I didn't need either. But I
you didn't need it. Yeah, you didn't need it.
I wanted 1.
Yeah. You
And
justified it.
Like, oh, well, that's...
You did it. Now you feel shitty.
There's 2, and if I go back, and I don't know if I would change it. By the way, there's a donut for you if you want one on your way out.
I love a donut.
It's a great donut. The one from Mariano's is like 75 cents, and they're really soft. You put it in the microwave for 15 seconds.
What kind of donut are we looking at? We're looking at a glazed donut?
Regular, just a classic glazed donut. Really soft, kind of thick, too.
Yeah.
They do them in a house, too. It's amazing. Anyway, back to him killing kids. He killed the guy who killed the kids.
Killed the guy that killed the kids, yeah.
So my point being with the struggle that he has, because he does it. I think the cool part about this movie is you see him start this way. I think a lot of it has changed. There has to be change in these characters in some way. I think that's how we show growth over the course of a story, right?
Sure.
Either you start from where you start to where you end. Usually in these movies, the dramatic ones, there is a big difference. It's rare that you guys. It's not like a Seinfeld episode where everyone is always the same in the beginning and at the end. No one ever changes. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
He kills that guy. He's in his own head. He feels like he doesn't know what to do. He's kind of losing touch with his girl. Everything's kind of falling apart. And then to get to the end of it, and I forget what the tipping point was. There was some lead, something that gave it away. And then
it's when he got called in and they were asking him a bunch of questions, and he was like, well, I read a transcript from a call that came into the station, and blah, 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 blah. Because he got that transcript from Morgan Freeman.
Right.
And he was saying, I read a transcript of a call that came in from Cheese saying he had the kid, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, we know you're fucking lying. He's like, I'm not lying. They're like, well, we don't record calls that come into the station. So what the fuck are you talking about? So that's how he knew that Morgan Freeman manufactured the transcript.
Yeah,
and that's when he started putting all
tip.
the pieces together.
Oh. And because then when he goes to Morgan Freeman's place, right? He goes out there, and the girl just runs out of the house.
Yeah.
What I think is really interesting is if he hadn't killed the guy that killed the kid, if that never had happened, and the whole thing plays out the same way it does, and he sees the kid with Morgan Freeman, and he sees that the mom is still a drunk piece of shit, I don't think he turns in Morgan Freeman.
Do you think he did the right thing?
No, I think you leave him with Morgan Freeman.
No, you can't do that.
You have to, dude.
No, you can't.
But the other crazy thing is
That's why I love the movie.
Well, because that's the thing is
after
you can
you have
change
this-
how you feel throughout. I could feel different tomorrow, but when I watched it, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, dude, that Morgan Freeman's trying to do the right thing, but going about it the wrong way.
See, I liked the end a lot because, in my opinion, he did the right thing, but it turned out worse for the kid.
Yeah.
And if he'd have done the wrong thing, maybe in the short term it would have turned out better for the kid, but I think it would have fucked the kid up later. But my thing is, like, you can't just be a vigilante out in the world just doing whatever you want because in your moral code or your sense of right and wrong says this is how it should be done. You can't just kidnap kids because you think somebody has a shitty mom. There's shitty moms everywhere. You can't kidnap kids and be like, yeah, this will probably be better over here. This one will be better over here. Because it's true. He said, if a kid gets, when she's an adult, she will say, you knew that this was fucked up and you did nothing to change it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's not her mom and dad. It's just not.
Yeah.
She'll go to private school. She'll do all this stuff, but it's just not her parents. And at the end of it, she's going to be like, well, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, and I guess if I think about it more, I mean, there's no way it would have worked out. Morgan Freeman, him and his wife have this white kid that's 6, and it's like, where her papers at? How are you going to get her to a school?
Yeah, where the papers at? Yeah,
you're not going to be able to put this person. Everything's documented. How are you going to get this? How are you going to have?
Yeah, it's like, hey, you didn't have this kid for the previous 6 years,
but now you're living in the woods outside of Boston, and where it was just like never. You're going to keep the kid hostage, but at the same time, the mom is just. But they and again,
the mom is trash.
I was kind of at peace with it. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's kind of the whole thing is sketchy. If Morgan Freeman hadn't done that, then more people wouldn't have died.
Sure.
Ed Harris wouldn't have died. A couple of people wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
So he kind of is the puppet master of a lot of people's fall. Mm-hmm. But then
I just like it because like sometimes life just sucks. You know what I mean? Like sometimes life is just really gray. And you can do all the quote unquote right things and you can do the things that you think you're supposed to be doing. And then you'll get to the end of whatever that rope is, and you're just like, well, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I like that it didn't wrap it up in a nice bow. Because I forget who I saw it with, but I remember we had differing opinions when we left, and we argued about it for 2 days. And I was like, this movie fucking rocks. Because, in a ton of movies, it's just like, and boop, it's over. But with this one, it was like, it left you with a big question mark, which I like that quite a bit.
I think a problem a lot of movies have is they don't give you as an audience, as a viewer, they don't give you the option to question the decisions that are made.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times it's black and white. He has to do this because he did this. Like, this guy killed his father. He's got to go after and have revenge. Or this guy's his girlfriend's an asshole. Break up with him. He's got to go fuck somebody else. He's got to find new love. And it's like, you don't ever have an option.
Yeah.
They just this is what happens and this is why it happens. Don't ask us questions. No questions being asked here. This is the world. Don't question us. I feel like every single decision that Casey Affleck's character makes, he questions.
Sure.
And then you question it.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go from the top. You're Casey Affleck. From the beginning, do you even are you even like, you're a PI, like, I'm trying to find this kid? Are you in on that? You're like, okay, let's start.
Yeah, sure. I'm a PI. That all makes sense. And they're going to, the grandparents are going to come over and ask. I'm not going to be like, fuck it. I mean, I guess the only thing is they never really did missing children stuff.
Yeah.
I think they said that. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of like your job, right?
The biggest problem I have with Casey Affleck in the whole movie is why are you bringing your girl with you everywhere? Don't bring your girl on this trip. Why is your girl come with you into the bar to go talk to people? Why is she your backup?
Weren't they partners?
I don't think so. Were they?
I think they were partners.
I don't think she was a PI too. I thought she was just his girl.
Maybe she's just, ride or die.
She's clearly a ride or die.
Well, clearly not, because she hosed him.
But if you're gonna, because at the end she's like, and then he loses his girl over it.
That was another one.
And then, dude, the saddest part to me, not the saddest part, one of the brutal parts was all this stuff happened, and he goes over to the mom's place, and she's like going on a date with some dude. She's like, oh yeah, I think Darlene's gonna come over here and fucking watch her later. And it's like,
does she know that? And she's like, she's about to find out.
Yes.
Like, so you're still shitty. You're still awful. And then that was the thing at the very end where I forget he was like, oh, is that Annabelle? And she was like, it's Maribel. And it was like, oh, your mom didn't even know the name of your fucking doll that she's been advertising all over. So it was like he did all the right things, but it still led to kind of a bad spot. The kid's just sitting there on the couch alone, watching TV, went right back to her shitty life. but that was the right move. He has to do that move. You know what I mean?
He has to do. I think it's interesting, like the moral compass that everyone thinks they have.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks that they're like, oh yeah, this is clearly I would do this. Like someone's like, oh, the guy was fucking kids and filming it. Ah, you killed it. You put him down.
Yeah.
I think a great illustration of that. Have you watched True Detective?
Mm-hmm.
So when they go to the dude's like compound or whatever, not the one at the very end, the one where they walk in and they see they've just been killing kids and shit, all that satanic stuff, and then Woody Harrelson just goes there and blows the guy away. Even he's on his knees.
Yeah.
And they create the story of what happened and they have to set it up. But in reality, what really happened? They just walked in there. Woody Harrelson snapped and popped the guy and put him down.
I mean, I think that's like a totally normal human reaction. I think there's just some things some people just can't process. I don't think I would be able to process that. If I saw that in real life, I don't think it would like hit my brain, not in a healthy way, but I don't like the input. I think what the output that would come out of me would be very unhealthy.
Because you have
just bad.
I think if anyone's given too much time to think about something, I think the rational part of your brain will be preserve life. I think if you're sitting there and it's like, yo, if you're sitting in a room with somebody and it's like, hey, this guy did all these things, and then you're just sitting there and you're deciding. I think and you're like, okay, you can't make a decision for X amount of time, and give yourself the time to come down off of it. I think most people, this is a broad generalization, we just preserve life. We're so taught to like not kill things, people, animals, fucking plants. Even though I fucking hate plants. If I see a fucking plant and it's dead, I feel nothing. Same with like a bird.
Well, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen a dead plant and really been broken up about it. I don't think that's that weird. Like,
well, it was in my
dead plant.
Well, it was in my apartment. It was my ex-girlfriend's plant, and I hated this fucking thing. I was like, oh, it's a what is it? It's a desert plant. It's a succulent, whatever the fuck it's called. I hope it dies. Well, how will we know? We won't know. It survives on 1 ounce of water a year. It's like, fuck.
I mean, the same with like dead birds. I don't get broken up over a dead bird either.
If a bird's got like a broken wing on the sidewalk and you know
that I don't
make
like.
it, do you just like step on its head to get it out
I
of
pretend
misery?
like I didn't see it.
I do it with homeless people. I pretend I don't see him.
I can't.
Homeless guy, he's sad, he's shaking. It's like, well.
I got hosed by a homeless guy. I got tricked by a homeless guy. I know this is way off topic, but you mentioned a homeless guy. I was standing outside of Nick's waiting to do the mic. He comes up and he's like, hey man, I just need some. And I was like, I don't have any cash on me. He's like, look, I don't want cash. I really need some food. Like, can you just buy me some food? You can't say no to food. You know what I mean? Like, money's different because in your head you could be like, he's just gonna buy drugs with it. But like food, you know what I mean? He's not gonna like shoot up a chicken sandwich. And we go over to Walgreens and we're in there and he gets his little stuff and he's like, is this cool? And he's like being the nicest guy the whole time. I'm like, yeah, man, for sure. And we get up to the counter. And like as the lady's checking it out, like he was like homeless guy the whole time. He's kind of, hey man, can I?
Yeah.
And then right when we get to the counter, and he was like, yeah, a pack of American Spirits too.
Ah.
I was like, you fuck. And then we just kind of like looked at each other, and there was a bunch of people around, and he was looking at me like, you gonna argue with a homeless guy at the cash register? And I was just like,
that's the game.
You motherfucker. But yeah, he got me pretty good.
What you should have done is been like, yeah, can I get 2 packs of that and a lighter, and then split the tab in half, please. Like, he's got his stuff, and you just all you take is just like the cigarettes. You double down, get 2 packs.
Fuck you, dude.
You throw your cash out and you leave him there.
Couldn't believe it.
To not be able to pay for his own food.
Yeah, so all of that to say, I'll never give anything to a homeless person again.
Yeah, I just spit at him, really.
That's a good move, too.
I feel like if they get too aggressive, and they get the hint. But some of them are so hungry they try and catch it in their mouth. And I'm like, I guess there's protein there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get what you can get sometimes.
Yeah, you're on the street, do what you can do. Beggars can't be choosers. My spit is good as the next guy's spit.
Couldn't fucking believe it. Yeah, and a pack of American Spirits. Like, unbelievable, dude.
Dirt dogged you. Really dirt dogged you.
But, like, because he went from, like, hey, man, I just need some food. Yeah, a pack of American Spirits. Like, a totally different person when he was getting the cigarettes.
No filters, please.
I was like, ew, that was crafty. I got to give it to him.
He buys some Tums and a pack of gum.
Fuck you, dude. But
he gets some Dayquil. I got a cough.
I hope he's doing great, though.
He's probably on the same corner right now. He's probably shaking somebody else down.
Yeah, more than likely.
He's like, I'm only targeting white guys with grays on the side. They're fucking idiots. He puts you in a box.
That was the thing. It was like, Am I bad? Like, am I an idiot now? Am I a dumbass? Should I have done something?
Do you think homeless guys stereotype us? Like this
No.
guy's gonna give me money, or this guy won't. This guy, I feel like.
Oh, sure, yeah. I think that's another thing. Because we were standing in a group. I was like, so was I the weak one?
Yeah, you were.
Was I the one that or did he look at me and like, oh, this guy's got compassion?
But that's the same thing.
Oof, that's a dark statement there, buddy. that's a dark statement.
I want to kill my ex-girlfriend's plants. That's the kind of guy I am. Dead bird or dying bird, put it out of its misery. I feel nothing.
You would stomp on a bird?
I have before. I have to.
Ugh.
But I don't like birds though. It's not even because it'll be a live bird if I can get to it quick enough. If a bird's gonna give me his back, I'm gonna step on it. It's his bird's fault.
How big of birds are we talking about? You talking like a pigeon?
Well, I'm not gonna stomp on an eagle.
You could talk about we're talking like a 3-pound pigeon. You could just
No,
stomp
because
one.
at some point, like if they're big enough, they kind of freak me out. I don't like birds.
Also, like stuff's gonna like squirt out.
I guess it's more of
Like
a
guts.
More of like a kick. I think if I can snap its neck from the back, like kind of like I come, like a wheel kick, It's the update. I like wheel kick it from the back and like kickboxer. You just, like, snap its neck. No,
You're kind of freaking me out right now.
I don't like birds.
So no, I couldn't stomp a bird.
But okay, so let's keep it because I think this is interesting. I think it's all is interesting. So my point, I guess, I made was, if you give people enough time, I think we are inclined to preserve life, even if it's like a bad person. I think if we're sitting there, I think if we're left to like rationalize it, just like when Woody Harrelson kills the guy, when Kate Affleck kills the guy, it's adrenaline and emotion,
Yeah, it's
overwhelming,
just pure reactionary.
and you just reactionary, right?
Yep.
Now, you've seen The Bourne Identity before, the Bourne movies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's in the third one where they kind of show how he became who he became.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a scene where he's just sitting in this room, just like in a chair, just staring at something, and you don't know what he's staring at. And then it's like you make a decision, and he's been sitting there for like 3 days, and you realize he's just staring at a guy
With the bag on his
bag
head?
over his head.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's like, what did he do? It's like, doesn't matter. Who is he? Doesn't matter. He just has to
He just
die.
has to shoot him.
You have to kill this person, or you can't be a part of this program.
Yeah.
And given all this time, he goes and he kills the guy with no context of who this guy is. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just orders. That is the other extreme. That's the opposite of emotion. That's calculated. That's I'm taking orders. It's almost not his decision to make, but it is.
I was about to say, I think that's different just because it's
the
order
pulse.
taking. Yeah.
Well, I'm showing it like in different avenues of it.
Oh.
Like you're operating on total free will here and emotion. And this one is like not so much the same thing. But I think if you bring them together and say, okay, be rational of the person you're supposed to kill, the person that like you think should have, you wouldn't do that. I think if it's like, okay, this person's like raped like 16 kids, and by the way, here's all the pictures, here's the terrible thing, all the information is given to you, and then you're like given like, okay, here's a pistol, like what do you do? I don't think most people would be like, bang, done. You would sit there. I think the more time you're given to think about it, I think we are inclined to preserve life. That's my point.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I would definitely think that, when he shot that guy, it was just a pure, it's like any decision you make when you're scared or angry or sad or anything. They're always bad. You never, are happy with that decision. So, he just sees this kid in a bathtub. And plus, just the fucking look of that guy.
Yeah.
He was just the grossest man on planet Earth. And he just looked...
It was
just grimy and disgusting.
And you feel like, I remember watching that, just feeling this like pit in my stomach. Like,
and the way they shot it, how it broke, where it's like boom, boom, boom. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's like walking in, sees it, comprehends it, throws up, blows the guy's head. You know what I mean? It was just shot really.
Ben
really,
Affleck
really,
might be a better director than he is an actor. I think he's a great actor.
I agree with that.
You don't think Ben Affleck's a good actor?
I mean, I'm not gonna, he's like a world famous actor. I'm not gonna be
But
like,
he does.
well, from my perspective,
Well, he does weird shit. He'll do these movies where you're like, what?
I mean, Reindeer Games was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I loved Reindeer Games.
I think I haven't seen
that's
that
a joke. It's trash.
forever.
It's
I
really
remember
bad.
it being really weird though.
Yeah, he's a shitty Batman, Reindeer Game, but
Greg was trying to tell me
Movie star,
yesterday
I
that
don't
he thinks Ben Affleck was a great Batman, but the movies were just bad. So I
I
think
don't
Ben Affleck was great, but the movies were terrible. I don't know if I agree with that.
I wasn't a fan of his Batman, but
Who's your Batman? Christian Bale or
Yeah.
Michael Keaton or George Clooney or
Christian Bale and
who says George Clooney though?
oh well, those were just unbelievable. How stupid those were. Like with fucking Schwarzenegger in them, and like what was it, Mr. Freeze?
Chill out.
Oh, those were so bad. Yeah, I mean it's got to be Christian Bale.
Do you think like could you? I think that's wild. Imagine if you're an actor and you do this horrible movie that everybody saw, and then at any point throughout your day, the movie could just be on a TV somewhere.
Yeah, and you're
it's
like,
like imagine if someone like is like a clip of you bombing up there. Somewhere,
Yeah.
and you have
That's
to
what I
walk
was just
by
thinking.
and look at it and like.
And it's like being broadcast out to millions and millions of people, and they're just like, "Wow, this fucking sucks, dude."
I remember not even being able to comprehend like it's like you did a shitty movie, man. Just you paid all your money. Who cares? Like if they bring it up, fuck off. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, you don't want any people to see you eat dicks.
No, not at all.
Like,
But I bet it would be easier if they put a $10 million check in your pocket.
Yeah, the $20 million make it easier for you to be the worst Batman of all time.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely do that. You got to pay that rent, Blair.
Dude, I guess I'm just still fascinated at why this is one of your. It's a good movie, but God, doesn't it bum you out?
No, that's what I was saying. I like it just because of how gray it is at the end. I like it because
You're a dark guy.
I'm not a dark guy.
You're an implosive guy. You're the guy.
According to what? Because I like the movie Gone, Baby Gone.
But you like it so much where you watch it. Like, how often do you say you watch it? Once a year? More than that?
I would
Twice a
say
year?
I've seen it 7 or 8 times.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you said it like 50 times.
No, I've never seen any movie 50 times.
Really?
Have you seen a movie 50 times?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What?
Dude, name any B action movie ever. I've seen Rush Hour probably 50 times. Rush Hour 2 probably 51 times. It's a little bit better movie. I'd give it one more
You think
view.
Rush Hour 2 is better than the original?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Way better. They're in China. It's way better. They go. Chris Tucker in
Dude,
China.
they're in China.
Dude, Chris Tucker in China? Are you kidding me?
No,
Dude, they have a fight
Rush Hour 1
in
is clearly
a
better.
massage parlor.
Clearly better.
Chris Tucker fights 30 Chinese henchmen in a massage parlor in a towel. It's one of the greatest things he's ever done.
Well, I think we missed the most important thing here is that you have seen Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2 a combined 101 times.
Yeah, 101. Yeah, maybe yeah, right about there.
Why?
But I've seen A Knight's Tale probably 98 times.
No.
What? Okay. Okay. You're
You're gonna have a movie podcast.
Do you believe?
And you watch Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2?
But you got to remember though, I started watching it. But this is how I don't do this as an adult. When I was younger, we would always go on these road trips where we drive from my hometown to Seattle to like play basketball and shit. It's like a 3-hour drive, and you're always making these drives. And we had these little mini DVD players, and we would just like have like I loved Rush Hour. And I had like 6 DVDs, so that was in the rotation for like 6 years.
All right, fair enough.
So it's like,
yeah, that's fair.
So 90% of those happened from the age of 12 to,
Okay.
24.
I thought you were like getting home after a long day and you're just like, I gotta pop in A Knight's Tale, dude. Like, I just need to cool off with A Knight's Tale.
I have done that, bro. Have you seen A Knight's Tale recently? It's
No.
It's amazing.
Is that
It's
Heath
so
Ledger?
yeah, it's so funny.
R.I.P. Heath.
God, he was so good.
Yeah, I can tell you like him. You got a little.
I'm kind of glad he's dead though, because I don't want to see him make any bad movies. Can you know like, the idea of it's the Biggie Tupac argument? You really want to see them make bad music, or do you want to let them just die like as a legend?
Well, that's the classic Batman quote, dude.
How
How many times have you seen? How many times have you seen The Dark Knight?
Dude, so many times.
Like, give me a realistic.
I would
ballpark.
say over 25, under 40.
Wow.
But I love movies though. Like I put movies on to do stuff.
Have you seen Her?
No.
You need to see that. Have you seen Ex Machina?
No, but that's on my queue on Netflix.
Scooey!
Dude,
that
okay,
one's awesome.
What movie have you seen the most ever? What's a movie you've seen that you like? I will watch this 1,000,000 times. I'll see it.
Another one. I see you're gonna say I'm a dark guy. Have you ever seen Man on Fire?
Oh yeah.
That one's...
But I don't want to see that more than twice.
I've seen that a bunch.
That one bums me out, dude.
No, that one's great.
It's dope, but I want to see it in a montage. I want to see that's the movie where I watch the scenes on YouTube.
No,
I want to watch
rocks.
him. I don't want to watch him cut the guy's fingers off every 5. It's too much, man.
I do. I thought Denzel was a
You're
bad
dude.
motherfucker in that
Timmy,
movie.
you got demons, man.
No, I don't.
You like torture. You like kid and rape and murder. You're dark, man.
Buddy, you just told me that you stomp pigeons in the park.
That was clearly a joke. And I've only it's a joke because I've only done it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, fair enough.
And you know how hard it is to stomp a pigeon? If it was easier, I would do it all the time.
They're quick.
They are pretty quick, which is annoying because these rats
They're
in
nimble.
the sky.
They are nimble. No, I'm not. These are good. I'm a movie crier. I like an intense. I like to be really like into.
I do like
a movie.
I do like what's a movie you're not happy? I mean, I guess it doesn't. That's not a good question. What's a movie makes you cry the most?
Ugh, I mean, I don't a ton of them.
Have you ever cried multiple times in a movie?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. I did an episode of this on the podcast of A Star Is Born, and I cried.
I haven't seen that.
I cried 6 times. I cried in the first 10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't take much.
I thought it took a little more for me.
Doesn't take much.
Apparently not. Apparently, it just takes Lady Gaga talking about her fat, ugly nose, and I'm just like, oh, she's going over.
It's not that bad of a nose.
Everything.
Like as soon as like the touching music plays, like I'm in trouble.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
They know how to do that too. I think that's really interesting when someone's it's like the editor and they're in their room and they're starting like, and we'll bring it up a little bit here, and then it'll feel the emotion.
And I'm like, oh, no. I'm in a lot of trouble. Ooh, a movie I cried a lot in was Cinderella Man. You ever seen that one?
Oh yeah.
When he goes hat in hand asking for money. Ooh.
That's about an hour and a half too long of a movie, but
How dare you?
it's really good. What's the movie you think you've seen the most? Like a movie that you like. It is the movie that you watch to this day. Like mine is I've seen Pulp Fiction more than any movie I've ever seen in my life. I watched it 2 days ago. I probably watch it once every other month. I just put it on.
Movie I've seen the most. I don't know. Probably like a Goodfellas.
Oh.
Something like that.
I saw that for the first time last year.
What?
I know.
Oh, buddy.
A lot of the movies I saw from that era were movies my dad showed me. He didn't show me any of the gangster movies. He didn't show me Scarface, Goodfellas, or The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, Godfather 1 and 2 are phenomenal. 3 is a garbage fire. Scarface is like fun. It's like a fun movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Goodfellas is just like, ooh, Casino. If you haven't seen Casino.
Again, I haven't seen it.
You got to see that too.
Well, I saw Godfather for the first time last week.
Yeah, those are great.
Tapas came on and we did a podcast 2 days ago about the Godfather.
About Godfather?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's seen it. He's like, I've seen it like 100 times. He was.
I believe that.
He was great. He was doing. He does a really great Don Corleone impression. So whenever we're talking about the movie, we do like an hour. And probably
that's
20
awesome.
minutes in character. He would do characters from the movie.
Oh,
He could do them like that. And I felt like an asshole. I need to watch the movie 4 more times just to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to keep up with them and I can't. But Gone Baby Gone. Before we fucking get close to wrapping it up, I'm amazed that you've seen it so many times. But I do. I probably have to watch it again. I believe in watching movies multiple times before I really have an opinion on them.
Yeah.
Because I think, like with anything, you'll always catch. That's why I love Pulp Fiction so much. 'Cause I can still watch it. I'll watch it tomorrow and find something new.
Yeah.
That I didn't notice like the time I saw it before.
Yeah.
Gone Baby Gone. It might take me a second because it's fucking heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
But it does have that like that. It's like the town is a watered down version of that. It's like a like the Scarface version of that because it's
but
a fun movie.
The town was supposed to be like a blockbustery movie, you know?
Yeah, it was
supposed
fun.
to be-
It's a heist movie.
Yeah.
This was like Ben Affleck's art piece.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm gonna make you question what you really believe.
Which is great. I mean, that's what I think. That's what makes it so good is that you and I saw it completely differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we saw the resolution from 2 completely different angles, and neither one of us are right, really.
That's the annoying thing is when you talk to somebody about a movie and they'll be like, nah, dude, actually, this is the right answer.
And you're like, no, you fucking idiot. The point is that there is no right answer.
Yeah.
And it's just like how you, and that's what was fun for me is you left the movie theater and you're like, I got a lot of thinking to do here. Like I got to kind of mull this thing over. Because you know when you watch a lot of movies and you're done with it and you're like, all right, it's just over.
Yeah. That's a mark of a
Okay.
bad movie. It's
Yeah.
over and it's done. And once the movie ends, it's out of my mind forever. I texted you 20 minutes in. I was like, dude, this is fucking.
I was like, oh shit.
I was sitting at home. I was like, you know how hard it is to watch that movie when it's
With all
light,
this
when it's
daylight, yeah.
light outside.
Yeah.
I wanted to go outside and play just to prove that I could still have happiness inside of me.
I don't think it's as depressing as you're saying it is, but
But I mean,
apparently I'm a dark soul.
I
now.
think you're wrong, and it is dark.
Well, no, it's it is.
and I get sad just thinking about it.
It is dark. Well, whoever listens to this, I recommend you go see it.
I want my mom listens to this, and she does not like movies. Like she doesn't like just sitting down to watch a movie. There's like two movies she'll watch 2 movies. She'll
Gone
watch
with the Wind.
she'll watch close. She'll watch
Anything with Matthew
Pretty
McConaughey.
Woman
Oh, okay.
and Sweet Home Alabama. Those are the only 2 she'll ever watch. She owns 2 movies. She'll only watch those 2, and that's it.
That's awesome.
That's it. Maybe The Holiday, which I really love. The movie's really good. The one with
with Jack Black.
Jack Black and Jude Law.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz. Great movie.
I love Jack Black.
Not Kate Winslet. Who was the girl from Titanic?
It was Kate Winslet.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap it up with this. The thing that I think is cool is, so you said about like you can walk away from this movie and not really know how to feel, and there's no like they paint you a picture of a guy who's making decisions what he thinks is right, but then question decisions that he makes, what I think is incredible. And then
They don't just spoon feed you at the end.
which I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
When they sit there, and I used to not like. I think 5 years ago, I want it to. What happened? Why did it happen? To make the decision for me.
Yeah.
That's like when I first saw Inception, I was very upset. The very end with the spinning top.
Yeah.
And it's like it keeps spinning, and then it kind of half does a thing.
Yeah.
You don't really know if it's a dream or not.
Yeah.
That little piece reminds me of this movie because I don't know if he made any of the right decisions. I don't know if he knows to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know what decisions I would make. So now I gotta watch it again. I'll probably watch it again in like a week and text you like, oh, this is the right answer. Fuck yourself, Tim. You don't know what you're talking about. I've seen it twice now. You've seen it 7 times. You know what's fucked up? I can probably see this movie more times than you before our lives are over because I'll just keep watching movies until it's
If
over.
you can ever stop watching Rush Hour 2.
I don't think I can.
That blows my mind.
Dude, go watch it again. It's Chris Tucker in China.
Blows my mind.
Chris Tucker in China, it's great. He goes to buy a nice suit. Dude, he goes to buy food. He's trying to buy some food. And they're like, oh, you want this chicken? He's like, I want some chicken. Like chicken wings? Because he's Chris Tucker. And they're like, he said chicken? And they have a live chicken, and they're about to kill the chicken in front of them. Wait! And the next thing is he's walking with a chicken in a box, in a little cage. It's the best.
It's classic cinema right there, dude. Chris Tucker in China. That's the only reason you said that you liked it.
There needs to be he needs to do a special where he does comedy in China to people that don't speak English.
He has a special like that? Oh, I was like, holy shit, that I would watch. That would be amazing.
That's something that Greg told me he wants to do. He said like he wants to do a 15-minute special in Japan for people that don't speak English, and he wants to just shoot it just a one shot of him doing all his bits,
just bombing.
and he just has a camera on the audience and then one on him, and it's the entire time. It's just like every punchline, they just cut to him. Oh, excuse me.
Oof. Oof.
It's not a video
I
podcast.
say, lucky there's no video here, buddy. Ay caramba.
I don't know even what did I just do? I scratched my eyes at the exact same time.
No, you just mimed kicking a pigeon. It was fine.
Well, you see how fun it would be. You see how much fun I had to miming it. Imagine how much fun you ever see a mime something? He's having a great time. Imagine actually doing the thing.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, that's why he's a pro. That's why moms are pros, dude.
Thanks for coming on, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
It's a blast.